One fascinating trend in modern society is the emergence of situations that were unthinkable before the advent of online political correctness. But things have changed, and this is actually happening now. Formerly, it was thought that talking about the red pill was forbidden, but this view appears to have shifted. Andrew Tate is an example. If, for example, who becomes popular in a short amount of time, then there must be a sizable number of males who are into the message and agree with it. Obviously, a following of this magnitude doesn't materialize out of thin air. That requires the support of a large, organized group, and thanks to God, the number of red pillars has grown to the millions. Andrew Tate clearly isn't on his own anymore. The disparities between the sexes are also being addressed by a growing body of academics and professionals. That is to say, there are lines of inquiry that ancient philosophers would never have entertained. It's not the same as it was before. The red pill movement has become increasingly popular among men in recent years, largely due to its widespread dissemination on the internet. In case you haven't taken the red pill yet, you should know that this was the intended outcome. Behind the benefit of newcomers and casual observers, I shall discuss the reasons for the red pill movement's global success. I have no idea what the first one means. Although I've never heard anyone else make the same argument, I can see how it could have once stood. The red pill movement, being primarily Western, was relegated to the depths of the internet. Nonetheless, as internet availability expands to more regions, guys from all walks of life are becoming more cognizant of the red pill. The new millennium's red pill movement, in my view, has benefited greatly from their work. Only the very well-off could afford to buy a computer or a phone in a non-Western country. Men from all walks of life are starting to join us because they, too, were once at the bottom. The gents here get what the movement is trying to say. They may identify with the movement since they themselves were not fortunate enough to come from affluent or privileged backgrounds. This, combined with the fact that individuals in poor countries are generally less feminist-obsessed than those in industrialized countries, means that they will likely agree with the message we are trying to portray. The persuasiveness of the red pill message, however, will remain the major cause for its widespread popularity even if we dismiss this component. Most guys will find this all-encompassing strategy completely logical. This trend has its roots in the present day. The whole thing is founded on years of research in the field as well as recent findings in evolutionary biology and the nature of the human experience. None of the contemporary political movements, including feminism, trans rights, or any others, have anything to do with this. Reason compels us to conclude this to be true. It's accessible to a wide audience and doesn't try to lead us toward a goal that goes against who we are as a species. This may explain why many contemporary social and cultural movements focus on women and girls, even within the realm of the activities and pleasures that men have devised specifically for them. One can kill time by engaging in sedentary pursuits like watching TV, playing video games, or reading a book. There is nothing inherently wrong with these, but they are not designed for males to use. Historically, males did not devote all of their leisure time to such pursuits. Men are distinguished from boys by their bravery and social skills. They can't satisfy their insatiable need for expanding their dominion. These are essential elements of society that are sadly lacking in today's world. It's rare to see lone men who are unambiguous paragons of machismo in any given setting. Unfortunately, there just aren't enough of them. Any city your grandfather lived in would be full of men like him. Despite the fact that these other men had lived longer and garnered more experience, Denali was probably one of them. None of the left-side classrooms had such instructors. Instead, they had intellectual counselors and physical education instructors who spent their days reading and writing papers and couldn't run a mile. These people have given up all hope. Very little is done to aid young men in their development from boy to man. Along the way, they receive little encouragement to change their behavior for the better. Mentoring a young man can be beneficial for both parties involved. A large number of elderly men appear disoriented and roam aimlessly. Some men are stuck in relationships they no longer want to be a part of. They broke up after the fiancé's breakdown. He feels betrayed by the woman he's been seeing for 3 years, and his emotions reflect this. Then there are the service members whose families have sacrificed their whole retirement funds so that they might live in a dilapidated apartment complex while they serve their country. I'm sure they want to know what happened to their life. All these men are looking at the red pill. It combines the roles of man's best friend and closest confidant in the 21st century. Men with life experience, knowledge of how women function in today's society and the legal system, and a desire to share this information with younger men can do so in this forum. Moreover, they seek men who have seen the world as it really is, who understand modern women and the legal system, and who are eager to pass on this information to the next generation of men. Every young man wants to be aggressive and sexually confident, while being taught that doing so is counterproductive in modern society. Only a small fraction of people, however, are aware of the methods necessary to succeed. He keeps looking for a secure environment where he can shine. The red pill has all the instructions he needs to complete the task. This will encourage him to break from his usual routine and start taking better care of himself by engaging in weight training. Ogling women is a waste of time when you could be accomplishing so much more. Focus on what you're doing right now. Then, and only then, will he be ready to learn the truth about women. There's no need for him to worry or feel awkward around females. Regardless of what the girls think or say, he needs to realize that this is the truth. They're always going to be this forthright, so you shouldn't be surprised. In her own notebook, she will rate you thusly. So that you don't end up like those men who were burned by a woman after they were already in a relationship, it's important to grasp what women truly desire if you want to have any kind of lasting success with women. Since this is the case, knowing what women truly want is crucial if you are to have any success with them. Those who take the red pill are able to take charge in their relationships and, in a way, embrace the more masculine sides of them. As a means to an end, we are guiding men in the direction of realizing their full potential and enhancing their existing skills through mentorship. Getting this done is a primary short-term goal. It is also important to inform the general public about the rules of divorce harassment claims, rape allegations, and prison sentences. Until we gain a substantial following, this is of utmost importance. Every man needs to be aware of these things so he doesn't end up a victim. In the legal system, conflicts of interest are commonplace. When compared to a man's perspective, a woman's is more insightful. A woman's act of adultery or a false accusation of infidelity can ruin a man's reputation and career in an instant. She will ruin not just his psyche and bank account, but also force him out onto the streets. This book contains the real-life narratives of real men. Until we have accumulated a large enough following to secure a political majority, we ask that you proceed with caution. Our hope is that this shock will make the guys take notice. They have a shot at it, too. We cannot stress the importance of enlightening men to the truth of the world. The goal of disseminating this data is to give mankind a better understanding of the way the world functions and the challenges we face in the modern era. With Twitter as it stands now, it's easy to normalize behavior that might otherwise stand out as strange. Even if you can't tell regular behavior from insane behavior, you can always rely on the red pill to lead you back to sanity. Everything seems out of the ordinary has a rational reason. The immorality found online has a bad reputation for a reason, but if the general public doesn't understand why, that reputation will only get worse. If you're a young man who cares about making the world a better place and carrying on his family's legacy, then you should. This is especially true when one considers that one may watch a short film illustrating this line of thinking and reasoning for nothing on the internet. It's hardly unexpected that it's getting more and more popular. So let's hope that the red pill will be taken seriously in future debates and make a wish. If we act now while we still can, we can save the West from the insanity of the present and make a difference. Please know how much I appreciate your help.